Chapter 12 describes three elements of reasoning: inductive, deductive, and fallacies. Today I'm going to attempt to describe inductive reasoning. This allows us to create generalizations about things, such as people, places, events, the environment, etc. With inductive reasoning, there are five main ways to properly come to your generalization. They are by example, by cause, by sign, by comparison, and by authority. The first kind of reasoning that we will discuss is example reasoning. This is when you are using a sufficient number of things or examples to justify the generalized conclusion, keeping in mind to make the examples valid ones. Make sure you account for counter examples and relevant to time period. Here's an example of example reasoning.
I got this game at GameStop, it's fun. I got this game too at GameStop and it's fun. I got this game at GameStop and it's fun. And I got this game at GameStop, it's fun. All the games at GameStop I will get are fun.
The second way to come to a generalization about something is by cause or causal reasoning. For every action there is a reaction. The main goal is to figure out how and why something happened. Some things to keep in mind are: the cause must be capable of producing the effect desired. Make distinctions between valid causal occurrences and sheer coincidences. In causal reasoning, the critical thinker is trying to figure out how and why things occur in order to predict what will happen in the future. Here's an example of cause reasoning.
Dude, don't spin on the chair like that. You're gonna fall.
No, I'm not.
The third way to use reasoning is by sign reasoning. This is when inferring a connection between two related things, so that you can assess that something else exists. In other words, one doesn't cause the other to exist, but instead it is a sign that it exists. This is an example of sign reasoning.
The 2006 Olympic gold medalist was attempting a double McTwist 1260, in which he skies 15 to 20 feet above the half pipe, then performs...
Hey look, they're snowboarding on the TV. It must be winter time.
Number 4 is comparison reasoning, or using an analogy. This is when you use comparisons between two similar things, and concluding that because a similarity is involved, what is correct about one is also correct about another. Here's an example of comparison reasoning.
Trying to get Hunter to sit still is like trying to get a dog to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Trying to get Tyler to sit still is like trying to get Hunter to sit still. The fifth and final way to use reasoning is by authority. This is when a person argues that a claim is justified because it is held or advocated by a credible source. Someone with credentials that qualifies the source as an authority. This is an example of authority reasoning. Hey Tyler, it's time to go to bed.
But I don't feel like it.
I don't care, man. I'm your older brother and I said it's time to go to bed. It's a school night.
Fine.
In conclusion, inductive reasoning is a way to come to many good generalizations, but it's important to keep in mind that none of these generalizations are certain. They are only probable.